Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest into everything cool every single day. You may have noticed that we're not in the studio. We're at the airport because we're on our way to Montreal to go check out the new Tomb Raider game. Very excited about that. This rundown is dedicated to Andrew Chatour, who said some very nice things about our dedication and that he loves watching our reviews. Thank you so much, Andrew. This rundown is all yours. The fight against loot boxes has scored a very big and very surprising victory. The government of Belgium has just decided that randomized paid loot boxes in video games are a form of gambling and are therefore illegal. This is a big deal. That means that games that have paid loot boxes are now illegal in the country, with the Belgian Gaming Commission and Justice Department specifically calling out big titles like FIFA 18, Overwatch, and CSGO. The publishers of those games will have to remove the loot boxes in the country or face possible fines or even prison sentences of up to 5 years. Another controversial game, Star Wars Battlefront 2, was found not to be in violation of the rules, thanks to the fact that EA and DICE have retooled the loot box mechanics since launch. The Belgian Gaming Commission, like similar boards in other countries, has been looking at the issue of loot boxes as they become more prevalent. They decided that paid loot boxes are gambling because when you pay, you're essentially placing a bet that can lead to profit or loss. Although gambling itself isn't illegal in Belgium, marketing it to children is, and the government says that video games are essentially aimed at children. This makes Belgium the first country in the world to make this decision on the matter. Other jurisdictions like the UK have previously decided that loot boxes aren't gambling due to the fact that you can't cash out your winnings and exchange them for real-life money, although many other jurisdictions are still debating that matter. Earlier this week, the Netherlands decided that although loot boxes can be gambling, most AAA games are not in violation of the rules. The U.S. state of Hawaii is currently debating legislation that would essentially do what was just done in Belgium. This could have big implications down the road. If Belgium and more jurisdictions make loot boxes illegal, publishers might remove them altogether rather than have different versions of their games in different countries. At the time we're filming, the big publishers have yet to respond, but we'll keep you up to date on the latest. We already knew that Avengers Infinity War was going to be a big hit, but now it looks like it might be the biggest hit ever. The new Marvel adventure is tracking to have a huge opening weekend of $225 million to $245 million in North America and an international haul of $300 to $400 million. This means it can have the biggest opening weekend of all time if it manages to beat the $248 million opening weekend of The Force Awakens, that is. There's good reason to think that it will. The online ticket site Atom Tickets says that Infinity War has already set the record for most pre-sales in their history, so if those numbers hold, Marvel and Disney are about to have a very good weekend. If audiences are going to get superhero fatigue, it hasn't happened yet. Infinity War opens this Friday. The next Destiny 2 expansion is bringing some new content and some not-so-new content. Bungie held a special live stream yesterday afternoon to unveil Warmind, the next paid add-on for the game. It will give players new story missions where they take on the Warmind computer Rasputin and fight alongside a new character. There will also be new exotic weapons and armor to earn, and as part of the update, Bungie is also upping the damage of the existing exotics to make them feel more powerful, which is something the community has been asking for ever since the game launched. There will also be new Crucible multiplayer maps, which will be available to all players, whether they buy the DLC or not. Now here's the disappointing news. During the live stream, it appears that there will not be any new enemies for players to battle, just retooled frozen versions of the existing Hive baddies. The lack of new enemies in Destiny 2 is one of the biggest complaints, with Bungie just recycling the same foes that were included when the first game launched in 2014. If they're going to start including new enemies, it won't be in this DLC. Warmind deploys May 8th. Let your cluster know Netflix has inked a deal for the end of Sense8. The streaming giant has announced that the 2-hour series finale for their failed sci-fi drama will be available to watch starting June 8th. Netflix canceled the series last year after the end of its second season, which ended on a cliffhanger. But thanks to an outpouring of support from the show's vocal fan community, the series was given the new 2-hour special to tie up all the loose ends. Sense8 focuses on different characters from all over the world who share a mysterious psychic link, but all those different actors and global locations cost a lot of money, which is one of the main reasons why Netflix was forced to pull the plug. Hopefully, the new finale will bring everything to a satisfying conclusion. We're at the point now in the Battle Royale craze where it's merging with other trends, namely zombies. The free-to-play zombie game H1Z1 is slated to infect the PS4 on May 22nd. Like other Battle Royale games, players will be dropped into a massive open map with the goal of fighting to the death until one is left standing, but the difference here is that there are also zombies to contend with, not just other players. Switch owners will be able to start fighting the Nazis who have overtaken America this summer. The new shooter, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, will finally make its Switch debut on June 29th following its release on the PC and other consoles back in October. Publisher Bethesda Softworks says that it will be the full, uncensored version of the game, although as you might expect, the graphics will take a bit of a hit. The Switch port is being handled by developer Panic Button, which also did the Switch port of another Bethesda-published game, 2016's Doom. Like that game, The New Colossus is so colossal that it doesn't fit onto a Switch cartridge, so if you buy the physical version, you'll need to download extra content in order to get the full experience. So hopefully you have enough space. As for the game's post-launch DLC, that won't be available on the Switch at launch, and Bethesda hasn't outlined when it might arrive.
Yes, motherfucker.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new episode for you. But in the meantime, click around and watch some of the other content that we made. And if you dig it, hit subscribe, that little bell. Then if you're so inclined, that sponsorship button too.